the good folks at Buzz Beer put out a call to all the fans of the Drew Carey Show, of which there are legion, as there are fans of Buzz Beer. We got a bunch of questions back. We filtered it out, to get to the really good ones. Just like Buzz Beer is only good. Just good. It's just good. And good for you, too. Moon over Parma tonight. Number one question. How much of the show is ad-libbed?
Not that much. A few things, but mostly it was...
On rare occasion, it would, or if somebody did a great ad lib, we'd just incorporate it into the script. But mostly it was scripted.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the live shows, like that...
Well, live shows were scripted to a certain extent.
We planned when people were going to be interrupted, they would have to come up with new lines. So the director would ring a bell.
Where did that concept come from? The idea of... It
was an improv game.
Improv games.
No, I mean, but the idea of like messing up or
because we talked about live. I said if you're doing a live show, people are just watching for you to mess up. That's the only thing special about a live show. That makes it different.
And I was doing Who's Line at the time.
Yeah, and so
we were like, we figured Who's Line guys on. And
let's incorporate some of the games so that things have to happen live, and the audience actually really see something live
and know that it's live.
I have a good story about that with Kristen Miller.
Okay.
So Kristen Miller was very nervous, as were you.
She's married to a really great sitcom writer.
Right. Yeah. Bill Lawrence. One of the great.
One of the best sitcom writers ever.
So she was very nervous about this. So we never told the actors exactly where it was going to be in the show, that we were going to have somebody ring a bell and say new line. So they had to come up with a new line to answer the show. Yeah. So we get to Krista, and I don't know how many things he must have written for her, but she says something like, oh, I'm going out for a beer, and then bing, and then she has to come up with a new line, and she's got another joke, and she says it, and it's great, and then
ding,
and then I said to Jerry, I said, something's wrong here, ding her again. He goes, ding, another joke. She's got another joke, and it's another good one. I said, ding her again. God damn it, Bill Lawrence wrote her jokes.
Remember the time he came out of Silence of the Lambs saying, now there's a guy who did something with his life? Remember the time he came out of Silence of the Lambs saying, with a nice tie, a skin suit would be fantastic. Remember when he came out of Silence of the Lambs saying, Hannibal's mask was just like the mask my mother made me wear? Hire Oswald.
Yeah, so Bill wrote all of the...
Bill wrote like 7 and he must have done for almost every one of her lines.
Right, of course.
Because she didn't know where it was going to come.
Yeah, so he had to write for everything.
He figured.
We were in the
Bill Lawrence
booth.
figured it out.
Bing, ding, 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 until Bill runs out.
That was to keep it so it was actually like giving the audience something that was legitimate as opposed to just waiting for somebody to go.
Yeah, because I thought you told me that you watched the, speaking of George Clooney, you watched Failsafe. And the thing with you were just, it was kind of boring because after a while you got over the idea that it was live because there were no screw-ups in it.
No. He did a live version of that.
Right. So what's the point of shooting it live if there isn't a screw-up?
It was a great story.
Yeah.
That was the point of watching it live.
Yeah. So is there any interest in a reunion special or something similar other than obviously podcast? No. All right.
Who knows?
I'd love to do it, that's for sure. I wondered about this too. What are your thoughts on the show becoming more accessible than ever now that it's available for streaming? Finally, we worked out streaming.
I don't know. That's like too late.
I think
it would have been great if it was on.
Listen, let me tell you something. Since the strike, there hasn't been that much work. I've been just sitting around a lot, just doing cartoons most of the time. And so I've been doing cons, right? Going to cons. And an actor's life is always looking forward, right? You're supposed to, on everybody in show business, pretty much, like what are you doing next or whatever. Cons are about looking back. And it's been a fascinating process for me because I don't like looking back. But these people are forcing me to do it basically in a really friendly way. Since we've come out in streaming, which has been for 3 months, every day there's been at least one person who has told me they were in the hospital, with someone who was dying, and they were able to stream our show, and how their mothers or their fathers were laughing, and how much it meant to them.
Oh.
And so I'm I'm supposed to be asking questions, but I'm telling you, it means a lot that it is accessible, and that it was such a funny show.
I think
it was really funny.
I think people would have been watching it had it been available. Part of the problem was I think we may have been one of the first deals where the buyer of the rerun was allowed to air it up to 8 times a day, and some places were doing that. And so you burn the interest out way faster than you normally would in syndication.
Right.
And so it got to be where it disappeared off the air. I mean, it was around in a couple little places and stuff like that. But in all honesty, probably of all times for it to come back now, I would think that for people looking for a show that's fun, that doesn't have an agenda and everything else, it's like, what do you call it? It's a classic show. And I also, generationally, I don't know anybody, even younger people who didn't see the show when they were growing up, which is crazy.
I know, I get that all the time. Do you guys have a favorite guest star that you remember? That's a fan question.
Good. Wanda Sykes was fun when she was on the show.
Wanda Sykes was great. We were talking about Henry Rollins earlier.
Yeah.
Henry Rollins played a guy who I hired on the internet to beat me up. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Something I needed to get beat up. And then I changed my mind, and he goes, well, you paid the money, I got to beat you up anyway.
No, it was Diedrich.
I think it was me.
Oh, it was you?
He beat me up.
Yeah.
I didn't remember it either.
Diedrich had to look like he was beat up for some reason.
Oh, he came to beat you up?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to beat me up.
No, he's going to beat me up.
And so Diedrich had to look. Oswald had to look like he was beat up for some reason.
Yeah.
So he's a hardcore punk guy, and he
has a great radio show on.
His radio show is awesome
every Sunday.
Yeah.
It's great.
So anyway, Henry Rollins was this really kind of dangerous looking guy, but he's actually groomed, kind of like not punky looking.
Yeah.
And he came in and he says to
white
Diedrich,
shirt,
he says,
black tie.
You've already hired me, and he starts putting on the rubber gloves. He goes, you already hired me. I'm afraid I'm going to have to beat you up.
Hello, Mr. Harvey. I'm here about the ass kicking. You may call me Mr. Jericho. You have a really lovely place here. I'll need a glass of water. Oh, and don't worry. I brought my own tarp.
Then we had Joey Ramone was great. I talk about him all the time, being on the show. He was great to meet. All those musicians, Slash.
I remember Joey Ramone wanted to
hang out.
Yeah, he wanted to bust his guitar. Remember, he wanted to
that was the greatest thing. Hey, can I bust the guitar? And we were like, well, and I asked Skip, the prop guy, can we bust? How much would we pay for the guitar? And he was like, oh, it was like $60 or something at Guitar Center. I was like, oh yeah, go ahead and smash it. Second take, you can smash it.
Yeah.
And then he went to smash it. He barely lifted over his head. Just like fell on the ground. And we were all laughing. Me and him and Ryan were all laughing off camera with our heads down.
Yeah.
And the line was, sorry, we already have a big, tall, goofy-looking guy in the band. Yeah. And then he went, oh, man, to walk away, and he got his feet tangled in the cord and dragged the guitar after him.
Disaster for the
It was really funny.
Hey, what'd you think?
Sorry, we already have a tall, skinny guy.
Oh, man, that really sucks.
Julia Curtis was on the show.
Jamie and I had worked before. She's a good friend of Deb's, and I also work with her on Anything But Love. She came out and did a shot for us on the show.
And she flashed us too.
Yes, nice. I don't know if that's well known, but yes.
Oh, there we go. It's out there now.
She was She was supposed to like prove that she hadn't stolen anything. So she opened up her top, and it was and she was supposed to be wearing a bra. And so the audience couldn't see it because her back was to the audience, and she just goes like this to the back of the audience, and you can see the looks on everybody's faces because they had no idea she was going to do that. And Kelly Perrine, I remember, was like,
well,
so like everybody was like, whoa.
Yeah.
We had Jenny McCarthy. We had.
Jenny McCarthy was really funny.
She was really funny.
Yeah. They were just we were really
Tons of
fortunate.
guests.
Everybody enjoyed coming because you come to play and everybody had a great time.
Plus, we had a great craft service.
And great craft service.
Honestly, like tape night, a whole roasted turkey.
Yeah, every time.
Pie.
Yeah.
Not just one pie.
No,
a number of
many
different types of pies.
Yeah.
like your choice of pie, sides, mashed potato, like
enormous hams.
Anything you wanted.
Yeah.
We had for you.
Taco Day.
Is insane.
I loved it.
It was just nuts.
Kim was our craft service lady. She was really.
We saw her raise her son on the show. So
she went on to do How I Met Your Mother.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I went to go visit her. I was just auditioning on the 20th Century lot. I walked by and I smelled a ham, and I was like, "Oh boy!" I walked in, there was Kim. I never told you that story. Yeah.
Was there aroma lines coming from?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What do you miss most from making the show?
The money. I mean, it was like the money was great. Like it changed my life. It was life changing money.
My life too.
my whole life has changed because of that show. I didn't have to work again. Like after the Drew Carey shows, I was actually retired.
Yeah.
And until Price is Right. And I didn't want to work in show business again, didn't want to do any TV. But it was also such a pressure cooker because I would work like 10-hour day, like at least 10 hours. Because after the show, I would go to the writer's room. I would get up and go to the show.
Only store I knew that actually went into the writer's room. I will say Drew worked very hard.
Every night. And it wasn't like I was bossing anybody around, but I wanted to be there to have my input.
Yeah.
And, you know, I pitched a joke, it wouldn't get in. I pitched a joke, it might have got in. So it was really egalitarian and stuff. And Bruce was in charge of the writer's room. But, you know, I wanted to have my say-so because my name's on the show. And I was like working. And then the part that got me the most was doing all the promo. Like doing the show is like half of it. But then it's like, hey, you got to do this interview, that interview. You got to fly here to do this. You got to do this. And the promos were just like, oh my God, I got to do all this extra work doing promos. I don't mind it today because, you know, but it was like it seemed like a constant thing where I was like, oh my God, I was like, and so like the time we had off, I would just like be a zombie and just want to just like sit around, or I would get in the car, just drive. I remember I'd get.
The question was, what did you miss about the show?
Yeah. So I mean, I missed it was the great creative work and figuring out the stories, and it was like a problem to solve every week. Like, what are we going to do? How do we solve this? This isn't working. Why? How can we figure it out? So it was like this great, I was working with all these like super creative,
really talented guys,
super funny people on and off the stage where we were figuring things out constantly with a gun to my head because the deadline would be there. Like in TV, you don't have the luxury. It's not, if you're writing a novel, you can have the novel finished whenever you're ready.
Right.
Lord of the Rings. Whenever you finish it,
or even movies, you know, movies will go on.
Whenever the script is done, it's done. Yeah. But a TV show, if it's this date, whatever you got, that's what you got, and you have to have it done. So it was like this. It was like this roller coaster ride of like working, but under these great circumstances where it was like a pressure cooker, but like in a really good way, because I'd be like, oh, I have this great support around me where I knew things were just going to work out. Even when they were bad or not going well, I'd be like, oh, that scene didn't work, or that table read could have been better. But we were like, well, I knew it was going to work out in the end because we were always able to solve it. So there wasn't any like panic. It was just like, oh, we got to roll up our sleeves more this week. So I missed that kind of like intense brain power that you just have to like, okay, let's do this. And it was like everything, and it all seemed like everything was at stake. Like if we don't do this, we're not going to get ratings are going to go down, and then we're not going to get picked up. And then what am I going to do? For money, you know, like, because this is like your one shot. So I had this constant like pressure to do well, perform, make it work, make it happen no matter what.
But then when you knew it was a success, I mean, when it was obvious that it was a huge
success. Then you had to like keep it going.
It's also about, your ego is you don't want to let it down. It's one of the reasons that Drew and I worked so well together is when he came I wanted him to write on the show, on that other show I created, because I wanted him to learn the logistics of it. Because I feel when you have your own show, if you're an actor and you don't understand writing, you generally fight with the writers because you don't know what goes into it. Drew always thought like a writer, so it was easy for us. Drew never threw out a script. That's like, that happens on TV shows.
Yeah.
Drew always knew that you could fix something, that you could just change it. There's a million ways to do something. There's a million different ideas. It's just a matter of setting time to it. But the puzzle solving, and I have the same thing. The puzzle solving is what I love. And you wouldn't normally put yourself to that kind of task. You need someone to put the task on you.
Yeah, and it was like money pressure, like ego pressure. You know, just because it was my name and I took everything personally. Anytime somebody didn't like the show, I took it really personally, which I don't now. I got over that. But like, I don't feel that on The Price is Right. I show up to work every time and I know that I have to perform. Like I never phone it in. But, you know, I don't feel like, oh, if I just figured the Price is Right just always going to be there.
I have a story.
It's like one of these shows where I'm just like, well, this is never going to. I kind of have too lackadaisical of an ad. I show up to work every day on the Price is Right. By the way, I never phone it in. I never take it for granted. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, I wonder how many years I can do this. The thought when I'm on stage, I'm like, how long can I do this? What age will I be when I decide to quit?
Right.
And whereas on the Drew Carey Show, it's like, they're always going to come get me if I don't do well. And if I don't do well this show and then the next show and then the next show, they're going to come get me and they're going to take this all away from me. So I have to find a way to make this work all the time. And hey, how's it going?
So what did Buzz beer taste like?
It was O'Doul's non-alcoholic beer. That's what we used on the set.
Did you ever get a buzz from drinking non-alcoholic
No.
beer? No. Let's see. Drew liked eating food. What was the worst thing that you had to eat on the show, and why was it the worst?
Nothing. Everything was great.
Yeah, everything was
craft service was great. Yeah. And they never had it's a joke that I tell if you're ever going to do, anybody watching it is ever going to try to be a background actor, the number one rule in show business is don't eat prop food.
Yeah.
Whatever's laid out, because you don't know where it comes from, if it's expired.
Sometimes they spray it to make it shine or whatever.
Yeah, just don't leave it alone and have them tell you that it's okay to drink before you drink anything.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we always had O'Doul's on tap in kegs, bottles. It was always, they would take O'Doul's and just steam the labels off and put new labels on. Mm-hmm. That's probably O'Doul's right there. That's repurposed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One actor trick that people use, you'll see it in movies all the time and also on television. No one wants to actually eat because you do 20 takes or something. Yeah. So
spit bucket.
But also they'll start a scene where they'll have taken a bite right at the top. It looks like it, but there's no bite. You just sort of fake chew for a bit, but then the rest of the time you pretend like you're about to and then put it back down.
Interrupted.
Yeah.
Did you always have as much fun shooting the series as it looks like you did?
That's why it was so successful.
Yeah.
Because that's what everybody was enjoying themselves. It was a good time. You look forward to going to work. You know you're going to hang out with your friends. The crew and everyone was all close, or very, very close. And it was always, it was the joy of...
Honestly, we would have to get there 10 o'clock, right? That was our call time.
Yeah.
We get there at 10, and then even if we got there 10 to 10 or quarter till or whatever... Sometimes rehearsal wouldn't start till 10:45 because we would be sitting around shooting the shit and catching up and telling stories about what happened last show we watched the night before and joking around. And then Sam Simon or somebody would we better get rehearsing because we're going to lose time here. And we're all right, well, might as well rehearse this.
I always felt like we were rehearsing for the guest stars after a while because we knew what we were going to do.
And, we just wanted to make sure, but we spent so much time just goofing off, and then we played Medal of Honor during lunch.
It was really fun. It was fun. It was fun hanging out. It was. It was really fun. I was always surprised that you added, that is you, Bruce, would add the stuff where we were actually genuinely laughing at each other. We weren't acting at all. We were just laughing at each other.
Yeah.
And you left it in the show.
Well, because if there was ever a mess up, but I definitely left a real laugh.
No mess up, but it was when we cracked each other up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there was a couple of prank things. I know people like stories like this. One, Ryan and I had a scene where we were sitting across from each other at a table and we had to lean in to talk to each other. And every time he leaned in, I would flick his baseball cap off. I did it once.
Yeah.
And he was like, ugh. And I thought it was hilarious. And Jerry Cohn was directing. Yeah. And then he leaned in, and I did it again. And he was like, really? And I thought it was funny. And I did it 3 times, 4 times. And finally just took the hat away. We did it. And then I had to go. It was a Friday. And I had a gig. I was headlining at Caesar's Palace.
Okay.
Caesar's Palace in Vegas. Yeah. My name on the Caesar's Palace thing. It was a big deal. Doing stand-up at Caesar's Palace. And I was leaving right after the show to go to Caesar's Palace. And we left early. I get to the Burbank airport. They scan my carry-on bag. It's pre 9/11. Scan it, send it back. Scan it again, send it back, scan it again. The guard guy goes, hey, aren't you that guy from the TV show? And I go, yeah, that's me. How you doing, man? Nice to see you. And he goes, all right, have a good weekend. And I go, thanks. And I get my bag, and I had a date for the weekend who I was just getting to know. We had separate rooms. We hadn't done anything. And I get to my room. I meet her at the airport. We get to my room, and we go to my room first. I have this big giant suite. I open up my bag, and inside my carry-on bag is a 10-inch dildo with nails in it.
It took us an hour.
Yeah. So I guess Jerry and Ryan were like, we got to get him back for doing this. Yeah. And so they had one of the stage guys get the keys to my car while I was busy, unlock my car, get my bag. My bag wasn't locked.
It was your assistant.
That somebody had to go and buy a dildo.
It was your assistant.
And then they put nails in it so it would show up in the thing.
In the metal detector.
Yeah. And then they put it in a paper bag. But my date's there. I open it up and I open the paper bag and it's 10-inch dildo with nails. And I look at her, I go, this isn't me. I don't know what this is in here for.
It's a gift
but this is not what I got nothing planned for the weekend.
Not the one with nails.
It was obviously a joke that they played on me, and I was steaming mad.
He was really pissed.
I was really mad, and I didn't have anywhere to throw the dildo away because I'm in a hotel room. I can't just put it in the hotel bathroom.
It's like a body, yeah.
Yeah. So I put it back in the paper, and when I went to the elevator, I shoved it in the garbage can by the elevator. Where the ashtray is. I shoved it in there. Yeah. Like, I just shoved it in there, hoping they wouldn't notice.
Eventually Drew got over because everything is material.
And I remember I would just come back and I wouldn't talk to anybody. I was so mad.
I was really mad, yeah.
And I was like, oh, you like my money, and I could, this blah, blah, blah. It could have been in the tabloid, and would go do something like that to me. I was really mad. And then we thought of an episode for it, and then I got over it.
Yeah. So in the episode, one of the great funny lines in the episode, Drew is going through the metal detector, and the woman there tells him what. The woman tells him there's a huge dildo in your bag, and he goes, Mimi. She goes, I don't care what you call her. Great.
I forgot that line.
Great moment.
Well, this was really cool. I hope you guys had a good time. It was really fun for me. I think you guys might have had a good time. I'm hoping.
It was great. Yeah.
It was fun to talk. We'd love to do some more. If you, smash those likes, you watch it a ton of times, we'll come back and we'll talk more about the show. We'll really get into the nitty gritty. And remember, buy Buzz Beer.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody, and thanks, Buzz Beer.